I was 14. My little sister Ruby and her friend were 12. They started going there first, then Holly, then me. We were in year 10 at school, started hanging about together, going down the kebab shop, and they'd give us free drink, vodka and that. It wasn't like a forced thing, it was like just bring your friends along. It was just casual. And I mean, obviously you want your friends to be there because you want to get drunk. I'd be pissed. They'd take me into these houses to chill, through gates and doors, and lock them behind me. They'd have sex with me. I'd never kiss them. Their breath would stink of curry. They made me feel sick. I'd be hammered. Straight vodka. I thought I might never get out. We was 15 by this time, me and Holly, and she lost the plot one night. She was drunk. We was all there. Holly got this big box of onions and just rolled them down the street. This is what started the fight off. Being a right bitch with the mayonnaise, she was like squirting mayonnaise at them. Holly got arrested that night and they left me there. It was 2 days after the police turned up. They just said, "Oh, we need to speak to you." They didn't tell me what for, and they took me to the police station. Never been near a police station, police car, anything. My mum turned up and they wouldn't let her in, and they left me in a cell. I thought, Holly's blamed me. I was scared. Then they took me to an interview. I can't remember what they actually said, but it was along the lines of Madam. I had no idea what they were accusing me of. It was a solicitor that told me. I'm sure he said prostitute. Well, prostitutes stand on corners, that's what that meant to me. I just, no comment to everything, because that's what the solicitor told me to do. And then they let me out, I don't know how many hours after. It was a long time. And then nobody spoke of it, my mum or anyone. Went back out with Holly same night. She thought it was hilarious. I mean, I thought it was hilarious. Back to the kebab shop that she'd just smashed up. Police did nothing. It was weird. They weren't asked. I used to think it was because, we weren't, privileged. They don't give a fuck if you're not from a wealthy background or whatever, just troubled kids. The abuse just carried on, passing us round the friends. He even threatened us with a gun, me and Ruby. He said, if you tell anyone, I'll come back and I'll shoot you. We were scared. After that, we weren't really going to the kebab shop. It was more like going out. Someone would pick you up in a cab and take you to a chill house or up the moors, alone up in the moors, away from the road. No houses, no street lights, alone with a bunch of men. Pissed up. There to have sex with them. It carried on, and about 6 months after I met my partner, fell pregnant. They put me in a homeless families hostel. It was horrible. It was dirty and scary. They wouldn't even let my partner in. When he'd come, he'd have to sit outside. I was alone with the baby the whole time. And then Maggie came. Didn't like her. Didn't like any police. But I don't know, I just thought, if I don't do something, then the men are just going to keep coming back. I got to know Maggie, and in the end, I agreed to be interviewed. I took her around places where it happened. Hours and hours reliving all the abuse. I gave them names, dates, number plates. And after a couple of interviews, you're like, actually it was wrong and I didn't do nothing. A couple more interviews and I'd feel like, oh, I'm getting angry now, and it felt good. And then a couple more, like a whole variety of emotions. It was so hard, so difficult, but I did it so that it didn't happen to anyone else. I picked out 10 of my abusers in one day in the ID parade. It was horrible. I walked out, felt sick. I was so upset, but I came back and carried on because I needed to stop the abuse for other children. Then nothing. Maggie disappeared and it all stopped. She'd been ordered not to speak to us. But we didn't know, just said she was sick. I had told them of the men that had abused me. These men had threatened me and not one of them charged, never. Why? Still see some of them now in taxis working. One brought a takeaway to my door. My daughter opened the door and he was like, "Oh, hi," to my little daughter. Now I don't want to open the door. Ruby went to court. The case lasted 10 weeks. I was waiting for the knock at the door to say it's your time for court now as a victim, but nothing. They never even got charged and I was never told nothing. None of them got done for abusing me. The social worker said, "Don't go to court, you'll be too upset." I found out 6 months after the trial, Maggie came to see me, told me that in court they'd been calling me an abuser, saying I was a part of the grooming gang. I didn't know. How can that happen? No defence, no solicitor, my name blackened forever. I was frightened, depressed. I helped police as much as I could and it was all thrown back in my face. I went in hospital to have my second baby. They said I couldn't bring her home. Social worker had a security tag put on her, but they didn't have no paperwork. The matron just said, "Go home." I had to go to court 2 days later, and the judge said, "Why is the mother of a 7-day-old baby sat in my court? There's nothing here to report any danger." There was a hearing every month for a year and a half, but there was never any issue of my kids being neglected or in danger. When the judge closed the case, he said, "Go home and look after your kids because you're doing a brilliant job." We sued social services and we won that case. When Maggie said about suing the police and CPS, I thought, well, they did all that shit before, so then they can do it again. I just want my name clearing. Before I'd had my kids, I wanted to go to college, wanted to do childcare. I said I can't because I was a perpetrator. It's gone on and I've had to fight for more than 10 years for an apology. It just makes me feel sick. Getting that apology, it's like a weight lifted. Like I can actually go out and do something.